Lighting is dark, my lipstick is smudged. It's late-ish, not really. So yeah, let's get into it. It's Julia and welcome back to my channel. And so I haven't uploaded in a while. It's been like 7 days, which feels so long to me because I've been used to uploading like every other day. So a little bit different, but today we're going to be doing a different sort of video. And today we're going to be talking about something more serious, and we're going to be talking about books that do deal with abuse, the topic of abuse, some books that involve it, and like some books I'd recommend. So just be aware that in this video and these books obviously have trigger warnings for abuse, so keep that in mind. Into the Darkest Corner by Elizabeth Haynes. And this is about a girl who meets this really charming man, and then things go horribly wrong, and it's about her dealing with everything afterwards, and it's about her terrified. And this is really a really tough one to read. This book was like this close to making me cry, and you guys know I haven't read any books that have made me cry yet, so it was really emotional. So I would definitely suggest it. Just I did have a few issues with it still, but I did think the representation of abuse was done quite well. Not that I can say from experience, but I just thought it was done very well, and it was really dark, and holy hell, it was intense. But yes, I definitely say that this is a really important book. I have a lot of Colleen Hoover on this list, but I'm going to be first talking about Hopeless. And this book is about a girl named Skye, and it's really hard to say. She meets this guy named Dean Holder, and it's not about Dean Holder being an abuser, but it's about her past and some things that she had to deal with. And it does also have trigger warnings for sexual abuse, and so it does have trigger warnings. This does have trigger warnings for sexual abuse as well as physical abuse, I believe, so keep that in mind. But this book was so good, so dark. This was my second Colleen Hoover book, and I did really enjoy it. Not like enjoy it, but like it was a good, intense read. So if you want something that's gonna like make your head spin, pick this up. Next up here I have a recent read, and that is Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. And this book is about a girl who is 13, I believe. She's in grade 9, and she called the cops on this party because something happened to her there. And I think you can guess what happened, but it's about her speaking out about what happened, and it's such an important book. I didn't particularly love this though. I didn't really like the writing, to be honest, and I just had some other issues, but by the end of it was such an important message, so I would definitely recommend it for those reasons. But it's not my top recommendation, but it does really deal with this, especially in like a teenage point of view. So if you're looking for something like that, I'd suggest this. Next up here, I have The Outsiders by Hinton. This one deals more with physical abuse, as this does have to do with gangs, and like one of the first scenes in like the book, if I remember correctly, is when Ponyboy gets beat up by a gang. So in conclusion, physical abuse. I really wanted to incorporate something where it's not just female-male abusing relationships, and it's more like this topic of gangs and the whole deal with that. And this was such a good book, and it's so good. Is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. And this book does again have trigger warnings for abuse, and it's about this girl named Lily. She graduates, moves to Boston, starts her own business, she meets a dude, things kind of go from there, and it's just so wonderfully told. I would really recommend this book. It's one of her like most important works, I would say, and it's definitely a book that's hit a lot of people. It's definitely spread a lot of awareness and it's meant a lot to a lot of people. If you just go on her Instagram, you can see like emails that she's been sent of people who are like thanking her for this book, that it really helped them. So this one's definitely a really important one. I do have a review for this as well, but I'll link that up on the screen. My last and final book is Too Late by Colleen Hoover, and this book is actually not physically released. She wrote it on Wattpad, and I just finished it today. And this book has major trigger warnings for sexual abuse and just physical abuse in general. And I haven't started anything. Like, I finished it earlier today, and I can't start anything because it's still in my head, and it's just such a tough one to talk about, and it's so important. And if you ever find yourself like needing to read a book on your phone or something, download Wattpad, read it. It's not like the best book I've ever read, but like it really punches you in the gut. And that is all for this video, guys. I do have some other books that are kind of on my mind around this topic, so I might do another video like this in the future. Definitely let me know if you guys have read any books involving like abuse, physical, mental, sexual, whatever, let me know down below. It's a really serious topic that I think we should all spread awareness to. And definitely, if you guys have some recommendations, leave them down below. I know a lot of these included males that were the abuser. I know a lot of these included male abusers, and I really wish there was some female ones. Not because I want females to abuse people, but I definitely think it shouldn't make it look like guys are the bad ones in the gender spectrum, you know what I'm saying? But so definitely, if you know any books that the female is the abuser, let me know down below, as weird as that sounds. But yeah, I'll see you guys all very soon with a new video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.